and welcome back to Planet Nibiru, where anything is possible. Hey guys, it's Sunday and we're starting a new Sunday series, The Week in Weird. We will cover strange stories and news items from around the globe that happened the previous week. We will provide links to all the stories in the description in case you guys want to read the entire article, so let's jump right into this. Okay, so at the forefront of weird is always the homunculus, and you guys are always asking, when is the next video? Well, if you haven't been keeping up, or if you live in a cave or something, then let me tell you, we have chosen our 4 questions for Corny and sent them to him. We are now awaiting his reply, so as soon as I know, I will let you know. Next up in the universe is findings down in Mexico, where archaeologists have found a miniature model of the universe on the side of a volcano. Now, this is an extremely old version of a miniature model of the universe. And that's right, the archaeologists down in Mexico have identified a stone called Tetzalco, or a shrine that they think could have been constructed as a miniature model of the universe. The structure is located in a pond on the side of the Iztaccíhuatl volcano near Mexico City. It's located on a site termed Nahualc, and yes, I'm pronouncing all these names correctly, by the way, perfectly even. Or maybe I'm not even close. Anyhow, with the shrine placed in the middle of the pond, the archaeologists that discovered it suggested that it is a representation of this origin story for the beginning of time and space. Now, in some Mesoamerican creation myths, the earth monster Cipactli floated on the surface of primeval waters, creating the sky and earth from its own body. Now, according to the Ancient Origins book, Cipactli was an asexual sea monster that had a mouth on every joint. So insatiable was its appetite that the gods who created it realized that they had to kill it because it was eating everything that they created. They finally lured it to its death and pulled it apart, freeing the universe that it had swallowed. And thank goodness, because hey, we live in that universe. Now, a Swedish man has died after he picked up a hand grenade and it detonated, killing him and injuring his companion, Swedish police have said. The blast took place on Sunday at about 11 o'clock local time, and that's just outside of the Varbygard subway station in Huddinge, a residential district near Greater Stockholm. The regional police spokesman Sven Erik Olsen says the man, who was in his 60s, was rushed to the hospital, while a woman who was in her mid-40s received minor wounds to her face and both legs. Now, I have been to Sweden, and it is beautiful times 10, and I'm not just talking about the ladies here. I'm talking, this is a very, very beautiful country. It was extremely nice, and the people there were amazing, and I only felt like a dumbass American like about 73% of the time. So overall, I would say it's a great place to visit. However, I do have one rule that I try and obey both at home and abroad, and that is never, ever, ever pick up anything that looks like a hand grenade. Unless, of course, you're down in New Orleans and the grenade is that succulent beverage that is made from the nectar squoze from Aphrodite's gowns, then pick me up one too, because they are delish. Okay, so now the bomb cyclone. Speaking of explosives, holy shnikes, it's cold outside, and that is due to the bomb cyclone. That's right, you know, the old bomb cyclone hitting the eastern half of the country is basically a winter hurricane with snow, ice, and weather so cold it feels like Mr. Freeze set off a bomb cyclone in your pants, shriveling up your private bits into, oh well, anyway, it's cold. But what is with these new weather words? What the heck is a bomb cyclone? Next, we're gonna have murder mudslides and atomic avalanches. I don't know. These weathermen just get bored, I think, and they come up with stuff to make their 2 minutes of the news more interesting. Anyway, Boston was inundated with a pretty strong storm surge and 0 degrees weather. Not to mention that stranded office workers were stuck in office buildings downtown, had to be rescued by boat. And my boy Jim had to shovel out a wicked big 5-foot snowdrift away from his door. So, if you thought the weather was bad in your neck of the woods, be glad you don't live in Beantown. Oh yeah, and pretty much the rest of the East Coast is freezing too. So, here's hoping that you live in like Arizona or something. Speaking of Boston, as we reported earlier this week, scientists have found a large lake of liquid magma pooling under New England. Now, the Northeast isn't exactly known for their volcanoes, so finding the beginnings of a new volcano welling up in an area that we've never had one before makes us wonder why. Could it be Planet Nibiru? Planet X is always a possible villain in stories like these, so we will keep an eye on this in the future. Finally, we have the Skullface asteroid. First discovered on Halloween of 2015, this dead comet that is now just a lowly asteroid is due to pass Earth again. Otherwise known as the Halloween asteroid, scientists believe that it lost its cosmic ingredients that made it a comet, leaving only the shell of what once was. It used to blaze brightly across the skies, and now it's only a darkened core that looks eerily like a skull, or a skeleton face, or whatever you want to call this creepy stuff. It is due to pass once again in November of this year, and scientists hope to learn more about it by studying it when it passes. Creepy, creepy, creepy stuff. Well, that's all for this week, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you in the next video. Links are down below. See you guys.